Bartos and Bartos Group of Premier Plus Realty, and it is my pleasure to introduce you today to Emily Asp, who is with the Sea Turtle Conservancy. And guess what? She's a project specialist for lighting. Now, I don't know about you, but any of you that have lived near the water, near the beach, and know that lighting is a big thing. Emily, tell us first about why lighting. Tell us about that.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for having me, Mary. So when we're talking about lighting, especially in our coastal communities in Florida, we're talking about sea turtle friendly lighting, which follows 3 simple rules. First, try to keep the fixtures as low to the ground as possible, and also keeping lower lumens and watts. Shielding fixtures so you don't see the source of light itself, and then also using long wavelength lights. So if you've been out, on the beach in Florida, you probably noticed these kind of orangish amber colored lights. Those are actually long wavelength lights. So that's what we're talking about. So that's that very narrow amount of light rather than having white lights, because they're minimally disruptive to sea turtles.
That's interesting because right now I'm living in a condo that we're renting while we're remodeling our home, and we're on the beach. And everywhere in the building, in the elevator, and when you come in, it says 9 p.m. until dawn, no lights, shut your blinds, etc. Because tell us why that is. Why is light so important?
So sea turtles, especially hatchlings, they'll use light to kind of navigate their way from their nest to the beach. Females will also do it. Oftentimes with bright lights, females will turn away and decide not to nest. But hatchlings will actually head towards those lights. So that's why local lighting ordinances will either say to have your lights off during that time, or some are even being updated to kind of adopt this new research and technology to use these lights that are not as disruptive to sea turtles, which follow those 3 rules that I was just talking about.
That's awesome. So that local lighting ordinance is what you were talking about. And then both Marco Island and Naples, we have condos up and down. I understand Marco Island's trying to update that language, and that's to put in these long wave lights, correct?
That's correct, yes. So the state of Florida last year updated their model lighting ordinance, which is guidelines for local ordinances to follow, but because it really comes down to that local level where they have the language in place for residents, and then they actually are the ones that enforce that. So as you mentioned, Marco Island has been working on updating their lighting ordinance to reflect this new information provided by the state.
Awesome. Now, really, when they want to buy or sell, talk about that and to make sure the property is in compliance, because condos is the building itself. But if you're in a single family home, right, that's a struggle.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, we might have people that are from Florida, but maybe aren't living on the coast currently, or people that are moving from Florida down to Florida from somewhere else, and they may not be aware that sea turtles are even nesting in their area. So it is something to keep in mind. Condo associations will usually be aware of this because they've been dealing with these types of lights for a while, but single family homes may not be. So if you are looking to buy a home, if you're renting a home, it's really important to be aware that these practices are in place, that this ordinance is there, because homeowners can be fined for not having their lights in compliance. So if you're looking to buy a home that might not have these lights, it might be something that you could negotiate into your your buying contract, because maybe these lights need to be changed over, or it can be kind of a negotiation, a part of that, just to kind of keep in mind that we do have these certain ordinances in place, and it's important to be aware of them so that, of course, you are protected as a homeowner, but also so that we're helping our local sea turtles as well.
Oops. When is sea turtle season? Because people may not know.
Turtle season for most of Florida is from May 1st through October 31st. In some areas of the Southeast, it starts a little bit earlier just because of the species that nest there. But in Marco Island, Naples, it's May 1st through October 31st.
That 31st on November 1st, those signs came down. I was like, whoa, I can leave my blinds open. How exciting that is. Now, if the owners are interested in making these changes and they don't know how to go about it, I guess I don't even know what the costs are to do that. But talk about how the Sea Turtle Conservancy can help.
Absolutely. So the good thing is that in your area, in Marco Island and Naples and all throughout the southwest coast of Florida, we are working with homeowners, especially, small condominiums, single family homes, small businesses, to help them make this change. So we actually have grant funding available that allows us to pay for these fixtures to help assist in this process. And then of course, also provide our expertise in helping them to know, what Sea Turtle friendly lighting is, what sort of fixtures would be appropriate on their home or their business, and helping to make that change. And then for areas that are outside of the Southwest coast, we of course are willing to help them in any way we can by providing that assistance. It's just that our funding is specifically located in the Southwest coast of Florida.
Oh, I love that. So is there a link that we can put below to make sure that people know how to come and contact you guys?
Sure, yeah, I can provide the link for our website. It's conserveturtles.org. And then also I can provide our office phone number, and you can contact anybody on Sea Turtle Conservancy's lighting team, and we'd be more than happy to assist you.
Emily, thank you so much for coming. I know we're at the end of sea turtle season, but I guess the whole point of doing this now versus earlier is, well, you may be buying a home or a property now as we go into winter season, and it's a great time to educate you on what is really important and why you're buying, what lighting you need to think about when you're buying a home. So thank you so much for joining us. We will say goodbye to you now, because I'm Mary Bartos of the Bartos Group at Premier Plus Realty, and we need to make sure that you're not too lit up in May through November. Ciao.
Thank you so much for having me.